mountain peak, and far in the distance, a red shape gets closer and closer till we see it's a birdman flying straight towards us. The Golden Cage is a one-act, 75-minute-long, two-character musical about a birdman, Boris, who's spent his life in quest of the ultimate symbol of security. The Golden Cage, the sweet elusive glory of a place where you belong. The greatest test, a sacred quest, the hallowed ground, where all the life you've lost is found. Exhausted from his search, he falls asleep on a mountaintop. And as the lights pan out, we realize he's on top of a cage exactly as he described. There's just one little detail different. There's someone in the cage, and she's not happy about it. This is Althea. She sits at a desk writing in her journal, then throws it down in disgust. Nothing's ever new, and there's nothing I can do to change it. Nothing I can say that I haven't said 1,000,000 times before. Nothing that I won't say again and 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 again once more. Suddenly Althea hears Boris scuffling above her. She immediately prepares to do battle with whatever is up there. She pulls on a suit of mail, she grabs her sword, and when Boris hops down the mountain, she nearly stabs him. But Boris doesn't care, because he's found the golden cage, the golden cage, the golden cage. Althea says the cage isn't really that great. It's more like a cave. And when Boris discovers that Althea wants out, he suggests they just change places. She tells him he's crazy. She says the cage is made of cement and iron. She can't get out. She can't even remember how she got in. She is clearly a prisoner of fate. To Boris, it's obvious she's living in the illusion of being trapped, so he decides to use that illusion to get her out. I could humor her madness, it's harmless for now. Maybe I could get her to the truth by feeding into her fantasy. It could be easy to humor her madness and hope for the best. Humor her madness, I guess. He tells her he knows an incantation she can perform to set herself free. He convinces her she can fly, even though he knows she can't. And he inflames her imagination. You can imagine how it sparkles. You can imagine how it shines. Yes, I can. I can imagine, and imagining makes me want to spread my wings and take the leap and fly. Boris's entire plan is all working perfectly until the final moment of the incantation, when Althea realizes she might actually get out of the cage, and she freezes. Boris, I can't do it. It's too late. I've been here too long. I don't know how. What if I'm supposed to be in this cage? With his dream so close, Boris loses control. He tears out the bars and he rages into the cage. But the minute he's inside, everything changes for Althea. She sees the cage in a completely different way. Look, Boris, look. Look at the way the sunlight glitters. See how it shines there on the wall. This is the way it used to be long ago. once again, strange it should be, I can see it, how could I leave it now? My house is nice like this, the curtains hung, the sun is shining in upon the wall. How could I leave it all behind, go searching for an answer I might never find? Now that he's tasted his dream, Boris can't bear to give it up. In a panic, he repaints the picture that had made Althea so hungry for freedom. He lures Althea to the cliff. He shows her how beautiful the world is below until she begs him, push me, Boris, push me. Let me take the leap of believing I can fly. Tell me I can fly. Caught in a moment, Boris gives her the smallest nudge, and he watches horrified as she plunges off the cliff. He gasps in disbelief. Did I really push her? For a moment he's in shock, and then he realizes it's mine! It's mine! It's mine! It's mine! It's mine! All mine! Boris picks up the bars gleefully and puts each one back in place. Once they're all back in place, he looks around with satisfaction. But something's very wrong. The walls are cement. They are cement. And the bars are iron from the inside. From the inside, it's just like Althea said. And Boris realizes it was all a trap. He is the prisoner of fate the cage was meant for. He realizes he's murdered her. He deserves to be in a prison. And as his wings shrivel, he becomes more and more like Althea, and he realizes everything he ever wanted is gone. Now it's gone like a dream that fades with dawn, like a wind that only whispers and flies. Gone is the song that my heart had yearned to sing, like a melody that lingers and dies. Off in the distance, we hear a cry and we see a golden shape flying towards the window. It's Althea with a pair of golden wings. Look at me, look at me. I can fly, I can fly, I can fly. Oh, Boris, it was wonderful. It was everything, just like you said. The flying, everything. Boris is mortified. He thinks she's an avenging angel returned to destroy him. He confesses his guilt to her, that he pushes her off the cliff, and she says, yes, you pushed me. I could never have done it myself. How can I thank you? And then she tells him what she remembered when she tumbled off the cliff, when she was headed straight for the ground, and she knew that her life was over. I thought that I would die. I felt the world slip away. There was nothing I could grasp. I was free, falling through the night. I saw the ground, I saw it race. The ground was galloping like stallions at my face. I was a fool. How could I leap? How could I ever have believed? How could I leave it all behind? And was to embrace the end of everything. I hung above the earth. I hung above the earth. Instead of ground, I felt the air, the lift of wind. I felt it everywhere, and I was lifted to the sky. I can fly. Boris, I remembered everything. I remembered that I was born with wings like you were. I had a father with wings who sang to me songs about a golden cage. I searched for that cage like you did, and I found it like you did, and I trapped myself inside like you did, and I lost my wings like you did. But Boris, the cage is not the trap. It's locking yourself inside. And the key is when someone else reaches in. Take the bars and we'll throw them away forever. Take my hand and we'll fly. Let me take the leap of believing. Let me take the leap of believing. Let me take the leap with you. And as they fly off, the cage crumbles into stardust, and only a faint golden glow remains.